And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You are looking live at Tisch Loveless Court inside the Anderson Athletic Center for today's consolation game of the Teammates for Life tip-off tournament between the Manchester Spartans and the home team, the Kalamazoo College Hornets. Good afternoon again, everyone. My name is Zach Metz. Joining me, Carson Bacher. Carson, it's good to have you back. First game of the year for Kalamazoo yesterday. They dropped to Mount Union. What do you think are some of the things they got to improve upon to get a victory today?
Well, I'm thinking they need to be a little bit stronger in the paint. As we saw yesterday, the rebounding was not as high as they would like to be, and I think that that's a definite need to, they need to dominate the paint in order to win this game.
Now it's time to meet our starting lineups for today. First up for the visitors from Manchester, the Spartans coached by their head man, Josh Durzik. First up, a sophomore guard from Westville, Indiana, number 2, Jayana Blakely. A sophomore guard from Arcadia, Indiana, number 3, Mia Shields. A sophomore forward from Middletown, Indiana, number 15, Madison Reese. A 5'7" sophomore guard from Huntington, Indiana, number 23, Haley Klein. And a senior guard from Fortville, Indiana, number 30, Madison Stom. And now for the Kalamazoo College Hornets, coached by their first-year head coach, Ryan Clark. A first-year guard from Lake Orion, Michigan, number 10, Taylor Dinda Albright. A first-year forward from Portage, Michigan, number 12, Jordan Weesaw. A junior guard from Ann Arbor, Michigan, number 15, Jackie Brines. A senior forward from Otsego, Michigan, number 33, Kaylin Arlington. And a senior guard from East Lansing, Michigan, number 44, Sarah English. Earlier today, I caught up with the first-year head coach for the Hornets, Ryan Clark. We'll bring you his thoughts in just one moment.
Yeah, pretty young team on the Manchester side, I see. They got a lot of sophomores starting for them.
Absolutely right. This game is set to get underway in about 4 minutes. We thank you all for tuning in. Once again, my name is Zach Metz. Alongside me is Carson Bacher. We thank you for tuning into this consolation game between Kalamazoo and Manchester. And now for the thoughts from Coach Clark.
Coach, you get a new season, of course, there's always excitement. First year at Kalamazoo. What are some of the improvements you want to see from game 1 to game 2 for your team?
Yeah, I played pretty hard yesterday. I think some of the mistakes we made, we weren't very physical on the offensive rebounds. We gave up quite a few there. And learning to handle pressure. We've got a pretty young team. We've got some guards that aren't used to handling the ball as much as they have. So that was a big game, and in terms of we got exposure to some different presses, and if we see it again today, I hope we can take some strides and handling that a little better, getting out in transition a little more. But as the game went on yesterday, I thought we did a lot of good things at the end, found our pace a little bit, how we've been practicing, so hopefully to see that a little bit more today from the start.
What do you some of the things you have to do to avoid some of the fatigue and lack of focus, when you play back-to-back days?
Yeah, going to have to definitely go a little deeper in the rotation today. We didn't go very deep yesterday, just trying to find our core a little bit more. We've got a few girls that were added this week that we haven't seen a whole lot of yet, so as the game goes on, going to try to get them in a little more acclimated, and see if we can find some depth.
I want to ask you about your seniors, girls like Sarah and Kaylin that have been around, that have played. You mentioned you got this young team.
Yep.
Where do you think they have to be at their best to lead this team?
They've got to come out and I think lead by example first and foremost, which they do a great job of. But that doesn't mean just from a physical standpoint. It means being ready to play, ready to compete at a high level, and just showing their confidence and fearlessness out there. Will just help these young girls play the same way. And we work hard at the mental side of it as well, and learning to play and compete at that high level again is ultimately they know that's part of their job in building this culture this year.
Appreciate the time. Good luck today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
comes from Manchester, starting guard, a sophomore from Westville, Indiana, 5'3", number 2, Jayana Blakely. Starting guard, a sophomore from Arcadia, Indiana, 5'5", number 3, Maya Shields. Starting forward for the Spartans is a sophomore from Middleton, Indiana, 5'8", number 15, Madison Reese. Here are the starting five for your Kalamazoo College Hornets. Starting guard, a freshman from Lake Orion, 5'8", number 10, Taylor Dinda Albright. Starting guard, a junior from Ann Arbor, 5'6", number 15, Jackie Grimes. Starting guard, a senior from East Lansing, 5'8", number 44, Sarah English. Starting forward for the Hornets is a freshman from Portage, 6 foot, number 12, Jordan Weesaw. Starting forward, a senior from Otsego, 6 foot, number 33, Caleb Arlington. Head coach for Manchester is Josh Zurich. Kalamazoo is under the direction of head coach Brian Clark in his first season. Flexible teams.
We got 2 games today, one featuring the Hornets, one not. Our next game, scheduled for 3 p.m., will be the championship of the Teammates for Life tip-off tournament, featuring Westminster and Mount Union. For now, we get this one, the third place game of this 4-team tournament. Manchester in the road black. Or I guess you could call it more of a neutral color black. Both teams wearing their non-white colors. Manchester in the black, the numbers and letters in gold. I got the little white design on the shorts. Kalamazoo in orange. Numbers and letters in white, outline in black. Tip won by the Hornets we saw, and we are underway. Sarah English will initiate the offense for the first time. Kaylin Arlington's got it. Multi-year starter for them. Another multi-year starter, Jackie Brines, with it. Enter into Arlington on the block, drop step with the left, and gets it to go. Hornets on the board first with Arlington.
Pretty physical defense there by Manchester, but not mattering when it came to the paint, which is where we're going to have to stay and be strong.
First one off the glass and good. That's Jayana Blakely. Hornets now on the offensive side. They give it to Arlington. Blakely, as we just mentioned, didn't score yesterday in 8 attempts. Arlington looks at a 3 and now is going to turn this one over. Blakely will race to get it. Nobody between her and the bucket. And 2 more. The first 4 for Blakely. Manchester with their first lead.
Yeah, you never want to be the person to miss one of those, so I bet she feels pretty good right now.
Kalamazoo had 26 total turnovers, and there's another one. Blakely racing down, and this time is the one to miss it, and Jackie Brines corrals the rebound. Will be fouled.
They're going to have to clean up that passing. These are some physical girls out here.
A couple of early turnovers. Blakely's a sophomore out of Westville, Indiana, collecting a couple of early steals. Brines has on the handoff. Step into the lane. Looking for a cutter. So we'll give this out to Weesaw, who's going to try a 3, and that is good. Actually, rather a long 2, I think was the ruling. I believe, yeah, it's going to be called a long 2.
I don't know about that one, but
it is known as the worst shot in basketball.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a coach in high school, and he did not believe in mid-ranges at all, which I think is a little bit silly.
Shoot the rocker from deep or get to the rack.
Yeah. I don't know. I love a good fadeaway mid-range.
That's your go-to, is the Dirk fade?
Yeah, yeah. More like the Kobe, drive, pump, fake out, fade. Tends to be my favorite. With the rec league starting tomorrow,
Yeah, that's true.
Gonna break it out a little bit.
Blakely working on Brines. Dribble handoff to Haley Klein. Now they enter inside to Madison Reese. And she's going to be fouled by Arlington.
Tough foul. Got to stay physical while, being safe with it. It's a tough line to play.
Reese didn't see a whole lot of minutes a year ago. Only played in 10 games. First free throw is good. Was a 57% free throw shooter a year ago. You mentioned the youth of Manchester. Both these teams coming in as young teams. As the second free throw falls, their lineup goes sophomore, 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 senior.
Yeah, so pretty young, pretty strong though, I will say. Very fast team.
Weesaw has it. Gonna get in the lane, steps through, puts one up, draws the contact.
Nice play.
And Weesaw will go to the line for two. Another new face. Kalamazoo's got a young team as well. They go freshman, junior, senior, senior. So pretty split in the starting lineup. But
Yeah.
we heard Coach Clark talk before the game about the youth of this team. Weesaw misses the first free throw.
I'd say the Hornets got a relatively sophomore strength team.
Do have a good number of those as Weesaw sinks the second free throw. Weesaw yesterday came away with 7 points, 2 of 5 shooting. This is the lone senior on the Manchester roster, Madison Stom. Gives up, going all the way, and the reverse is not there for Mia Shields. This one will stay on this end. Shields out of Arcadia, Indiana has it. Looking for Klein. Now Blakely steps back, trying to drive on Brines. Really good defense by Brines and throws it
A no-look steal.
into the back arms of Weesaw, and then Weesaw has it knocked out of bounds by Blakely. First turnover of the game for the Spartans.
And an unintentional one.
Yeah, Weesaw didn't have eyes on, but
Apparently you don't need them.
they try and enter to Arlington. Brines the turnover. Now Klein the other way.
Good defense.
Draws the contact, no whistle. More bodies hit the floor. And Brines pushing in transition, goes all the way through, and is going to get a block called. I believe this is going to be on Shields.
Manchester foul number 3, Mike Shields, his first second. Team's third. At the line for Kalamazoo, number 15, Jackie Brines.
Brines will shoot two, but now this will be your third year as a starter on this team. Strong on the first free throw. Brines made all 6 of her shots at the line yesterday. She was the leading scorer with 17 points.
Wow.
0 for 1 now, and now 1 for 2. Evens this game back up at 6. First change of this game to the lineup will come from the Spartans. It's Kinsey Atkins who comes in. Atkins, freshman out of Warsaw, Indiana. I believe the Hornets are going to make a substitution as well. Make a couple of them, actually. I'll have to wait until the next dead ball with the clock. Error. Blakely will control in a tie ball game. At about 3.5 minutes. The first 3 for the Spartans, no good from Stom. This one's going to be out of bounds. I believe it went off of Taylor Dinda Albright. And it's going to be another turnover.
Hogan and Cook on the floor now.
Yep, Josie Cook, the sophomore. Ruby Hogan, the freshman. A couple of multi-sport athletes checking in for Kalamazoo. Hogan on the Kalamazoo women's soccer team.
We heard her name called a lot, actually, when we were at those games.
She had a really, really good first year. Cook
Great.
plays on the Hornet volleyball team. Klein back cut, couldn't get it. Hogan grabs the rebound. Hogan yesterday had 10 points, going 6 of 6 from the line. Brines catches, hesitates, kept the pivot foot down, and then lost the dribble out of bounds.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
You could see Ryan Clark telling Brines, go ahead and shoot that. He's got confidence in one of his more experienced players. Still tied. Blakely's got it. Leads all scorers with 4. Will step back, try a 3. Off to the right. As this one races towards the sideline, it will be out of bounds to Kalamazoo. Manchester will make a couple subs now. Alyssa File, the senior, comes in. Also in a freshman, Kendall Ryder. A little bit late on the pass to Hogan, another Hornet turnover. So turnovers were an issue yesterday, and in the early going, they are an issue today. We saw trying to come up, force the steal on Klein. They kick out to Ryder. It's on the ground. Brines and English will be there to grab it. English trying to push it ahead. It's tipped, but got to Weesaw, and Weesaw is going to be fouled by Madison Stom.
You know, what a pass, too. Barely got that in there.
Yeah, Stom got a hand on it. I just mentioned Ruby Hogan in the year she had soccer. She was actually honored as an all-MIAA performer.
Wow.
All-MIAA second team in her first year with the Hornets.
Yeah, man, just such a happy girl. She's always so positive, always so invested in the game.
English tried to find Weesaw, got knocked out of bounds. Weesaw got it, gonna try a 3. That's good. The long-range jump shots falling early for Jordan Weesaw.
Way.
6 early points for the freshman. Klein will answer on the other end with a 3.
With the defense in her face, too. Wow, that was impressive. Let's see if Kalamazoo can have an answer here. Hogan with the ball, showing some handles.
9-9. English, she's got the ability to shoot from deep. Hogan will try a mid-range jumper. Not good, and Cook will be whistled for the foul. Going over the top the other way. Just the second Hornet foul so far.
Open at the top.
Yeah,
Didn't want to take the shot.
Backing off of Ryder.
Take it again.
Now.
Ooh.
Now Klein will try another one. That's just a tad short. Cook, one of the taller bodies on the Hornet team, grabs the rebound, and then a turnover and a steal and a score for Atkins.
See, like we said, we got to get those rebounds, which we're doing now, but we have to be smart with the ball after. We have to know what to do with it when we get it.
Weesaw's got it. They enter into Hogan. Hogan backs down, spins back the other way, had it knocked away. Now still loose, and this is going to result in a foul called against the Hornets. Cook. That's going to be the second one on Josie Cook.
Just got to be careful. It's pretty early in this game.
Arlington will come back in, taking out Weesaw. Now Brittany Miller will check in for the first time. Another multi-sport athlete. Miller, a volleyball player at Kalamazoo.
Back-to-back seasons from both Hogan and Miller. Got to respect players that just love the hustle.
And Cook as well. With the right hand, scoring is File. Alyssa File, a senior. Started 4 games last year, File did. Coming off the bench today. Bryant's head downhill and got fouled before the shot. File, as we just mentioned, scored 3 points a game last year in 24 games played.
Just the foul number 5, Kinsey Atkins, her first, team's 5th. At the line for Kalamazoo, number 15, Jackie Bryant.
Ryan's back to the stripe. Calmly hits the first free throw.
Nothing but net.
Brian's played 35 minutes yesterday.
Cash.
2 for 2 at the line, but Coach Clark mentioned they were going to have to go deeper into the rotation today. You wonder if Brian's is going to have to play another high volume amount of minutes, and she's going to get called for the foul there. Trying to knock one away from Ryder. It's 13-11 Spartans in the early going.
And I think that this could definitely be a game where you test those young bodies on the court, where you give them some experience and you give them some opportunities to show what they can do. A player can do so much more in a game compared to practice, and I think that's what we'll see here today.
Rhines comes out, then to Albright back in. Klein tries another three, rattling around and going. Second three of the night for Haley Klein. She's got 6 points. Hogan handling the ball now. Goes to Miller, who will try to answer with a three. Little short. Hogan in there for the rebound.
Nice
Count the basket.
Play. And I'll tell you what, if that was me out there, I'd be stomping around, beating my chest and everything, but Hogan stays calm.
You're the high energy guy, huh?
A little bit, I have my fun.
Hogan yesterday at the line was excellent, 6 for 6. Gets that one in calmly. Kalamazoo answers the Manchester three with a three the old-fashioned way. Klein enters in to foul. Enters the lane, now kicks out. Ryder's got it, a good dig from English. Now a three, not there for Atkins. Hornets running the other way.
Got to slow it down a little bit, get their cool back.
Hogan being pressured. Kicks out, Miller,
Hogan.
open, a three. That one missing just to the right. Fight for the rebound will come away to the Spartans. Ryder all the way through the lane. It was blocked by Arlington, and the Hornets come away with it. And now Ryan Clark telling the Hornets to slow it down, giving a play call. English has it on the wing, and it's going to be fouled. That was Klein. That's the second one on Klein. Foul trouble hitting the starters for the Spartans.
Get both sides on the ball.
Mia Shields already had two, and now Klein picks up her second here in the first quarter. English will go to the line for two.
Yeah, most of the time here is spent on the line.
First one bounces in for Sarah English, who was a 64% free throw shooter a year ago. Yesterday was 2 of 3 at the line. This one will even the ball game up. It is good.
Man, that's such a key part of this game. You never really think about it, but those 1 points, those 2 points from the free throws really add up.
Kalamazoo's going to take a timeout after a defensive missed assignment. Leaves Kinsey Atkins wide open for three. And it gives the Spartans the lead back at the 1:10 mark of the first quarter. It's Manchester 19, Kalamazoo 16. Hornets have it out of the timeout. Hogan handling. Gets a little hesitation, drives to the mid-range. Now Dinda Albright's got it. Trying to enter to Arlington, gets it. You had Hogan calling for it out on the wing. Arlington gets it back, spins back the other way, and lost it out of bounds. Turnover.
Under the final minute in the first period here.
Atkins, who just hit that last three, has it in for the first time today for Manchester. Aaliyah Bonner a freshman out of Goshen, Indiana. Under 10 to shoot. File trying to drive, kicks out to the corner. 3 to shoot. Spartans got to put one up. Getting it off in time and scoring is File. The ball movement.
A very nice play.
And the dribble drive gets 2 more on the board for the Spartans. 10 to go in the quarter now. Hogan handling. Arlington set a hard screen, now tries the mid-range. That's not there, just a few seconds, and Manchester unable to get a shot up in time as that one fell short. And we'll conclude the first quarter. A lot of scoring, some sloppy play on both sides, some turnovers, some fouls. What do you think we're to expect? Rather, let me rephrase my words here. What do you expect in the second quarter, Carson?
I expect in the second quarter just for the Hornets to clean up. There's a little bit of sloppy play going on, like some passes that aren't in the spots they need to. Sometimes they're not even seeing the opportunities to pass the ball. I think on defense they really need to lock down, the top of the 3 area, because that's definitely a strong suit for this Manchester team, making those shots. And I think just overall they just got to clean it up a little bit. I think that they're almost there. But they just got to get that they got to do those extra little things. They got to, fix 1 or 2 problems, and then there you go. What do you think for this Manchester side of the ball?
Yeah, I think you got to cut the fouls out, in my personal opinion. 7 to 4 in favor of the Spartans with more of them, which would put the Hornets at the line. Kalamazoo 7 to 9 at the free throw stripe, so they've done a good job there. And they continue there. Manchester's done a good job not turning the ball over. They've got just 2 of them on the night. For that reason, they have attempted 9 more shots than Kalamazoo. If they keep doing that, then Spartans will be happy with what they see.
I agree. And then on top of what I said before, I think that if Manchester is unable to, reduce the fouling, I think that Kalamazoo 100% has to take advantage of, like they are right now, those free throws.
And some early foul trouble for the Spartans, as we mentioned earlier. 2 starters, Haley Klein and Mia Shields, each with 2. The only real foul trouble for Kalamazoo through the first 10 is Josie Cook, who came off the bench, picked up 2 quick fouls. On the floor for the Hornets, it's Dinda Albright. Brines back in, as well as Miller. We saw back in, and Hogan. Spartans started with Blakely, and they give it to Delaney Sanchez. And a nice cut. Atkins catches and finishes on the opposite side of the glass. That gives Manchester their biggest lead of the night at 7. Miller gets it on the cut.
That was a loud clap.
Yeah, she wanted it on the cut. Really nice setup. And I believe getting whistled for the foul is going to be Sanchez. Miller only played 4 minutes yesterday. One of the new additions that Coach Clark was talking about, misses the front end of this one. And unable to come up with anything on that trip. We stay at a 7-point game. Blakely races up. Hands off to Stom. Stom spinning, goes all the way to the rim. Couldn't get it. Fight for the loose ball. It's going to be a jump ball, which is going to send this one to Kalamazoo.
You got to respect the fight. You got to respect the hustle for that ball, because if she wouldn't have gotten it, then it would have been Manchester ball.
Maybe even a layup.
Yeah.
Hogan handling. We saw. Gonna drive all the way to the rack and score.
Nice take. Cut through those 2 defenders with that Euro step.
Jordan Weesaw with an early 8. We're back to a 5-point game. And this is going to be an and one opportunity for the Spartans, as Miller's a little late to the lane. Might have been in the restricted arc.
Yeah, no bias from my part, but it could have been a charge. But
Stom will go shoot one more. I think it was the arc was the whistle. Stom gets her first points of the night at the 8:34 mark of the second quarter. First foul against Miller. This free throw is good. And Manchester expands now to their largest lead of the night, 8 points. We saw Brines. They swing this around into Albright. Now we saw calling for it. Brines will drive, kick out. Into Albright open for three. That is good. That's
money ball.
Good looking shot from Taylor Dinda Albright. I think that one was called a long two as well, actually.
Man, just getting unlucky with these
Foot on the line.
twos, yeah. It's like in grown-ups. Foot on the line really matters, man.
It's like if you're Kevin Durant. That shot didn't fall.
Yeah.
For Sanchez. Hogan goes to Miller. Miller, a quick trigger three. A little too strong and off. And Miller racing back to deflect that one out of bounds.
Yeah, there was a lot of Hornets pointing out the Manchester player in the paint right there, but nobody picked her up.
So Miller at the very end. A couple of subs. Reese back in for Manchester. Also Bonner back in. Blakely goes baseline and scores. 2 more points, and it's a 2-point game. Dinda Albright open three again. That one doesn't fall, and another defensive rebound for the Spartans. That pass a little too strong, but they're able to keep it. Blakely double team, trapped in the corner, turns it over. Brines manages to keep a hold of that somehow. Trying to go down to Dinda Albright, couldn't hold on to it. It's another turnover, 10 of those today for Kalamazoo.
Yeah, they're rushing a little bit. I think that the Hornets have to just slow down, start to play their own game, find their groove.
Miller and Dinda Albright come out. Arlington and English come back in. And a travel's going to get called. Another turnover for the Spartans.
Man, a lot of foul trouble for these Spartans. Going to have to figure something out.
Only 1 foul in the second quarter for each team. Alicia McMahon comes in, junior out of Woodburn, Indiana. Hogan enters into Arlington, who had it poked away, got it back. English open for three. That's good.
Money ball.
Hornets shooting it fairly well from deep today. 3 of 7. Each team 3 of 7. Kalamazoo back within 5. And 3 seconds going to be called against Madison Reese. It's a Spartan turnover. That's 6 of them on the day now. So you mentioned Manchester only had 2 turnovers. The first quarter, they've already got 4 in the second. 6:16 to go, second quarter. Spartans leading the Hornets 28-23. Hornets with it out of the timeout following a Manchester turnover. Ruby Hogan will initiate the offense once again. Managed to get to Brines picking up the dribble. The quick first step. Brines going to go all the way.
What a play. What a play.
With the left. now open for three. Missing wide is Ryder. Bryan's going baseline again, fading. We saw couldn't quite hold on. Pass sailed just a little high, but you gotta like the thought of Jackie Bryan's there, drive and find what would have been an open mid-range J. Interestingly enough, these two teams will play again the Saturday following Thanksgiving, November 25th. That'll be down at North Manchester.
Man, I love Thanksgiving. Such a lovely time. Just stuff yourself with food.
See your family.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like you and me, you'll watch some football.
Oh,
Mid-range jumper not there for Reese. Hornets get that rebound. Hogan bringing it the other way. Steps into the lane, now kicks out. English wide open for three. That is
Money
good.
ball.
Kalamazoo shooting it well from deep, now 50%. English has a pair. 8 points for the senior. McMahon gave it to Blakely rather in a tie game. Now Blakely's got it back. Reese, they couldn't get it to her. It was stolen by English. Now Bryan's racing the other direction all the way to the rim. Timeout, Spartans.
What a series of events, and now the Hornets take the lead after being down by, I think it was up to 8 at one point.
It was up to 8. Kalamazoo responds with a 12-2 run to retake the lead here in the second quarter. 4:38 to go at that. Hornets leading it by 2. Kalamazoo just took their first lead of the second quarter. They lead at 30-28 following a 12-2 run. Now the Spartans need an answer. Nearly another turnover. And in fact, it is going to be another turnover. That's 8 of them in the game, 6 of them in the quarter for Manchester. Kalamazoo with just 2 in the second quarter. Now they had a lot in the first, which is why their total sits at 11. Bryan's has it. Baseline again. Stops, pops for the mid-range. It's going to bounce around and not fall. Jackie Bryan's has 7 points. And Hogan the steal.
She said, give me that.
Racing the other way, one-on-one. Draws the contact and the basket.
Cha-ching. What a play by Miss Hogan.
The steal and the finish, and the Hornets now lead by 4. It's the second one on Kendall Ryder. So the foul trouble continuing to be apparent for the Spartans. Hogan converts the free throw. She's got 6, including a pair of and ones. 5-point Hornet lead. Stom drives baseline, and now the energy coming out from Kalamazoo. Arlington is going to get called for the reach.
And you got to love that energy from the sideline. It really boosts you when you're on, the field or the court or anything. Just that love from your teammates, that support.
Shields is back in with 2, loses it. Spartans fortunate to get it back. They're going to get a 3 chance out of it, not there. And now that's going to roll out of bounds. to the Hornets. Miller will come back in for Arlington. Brines will get it, try the mid-range jumper, missed everything. That shot not there, some tough defense from Bonner, and then Hornets couldn't hold on to it.
A little bit boggled up in the paint right there.
Unable to go for Stom, who wanted a foul call. Didn't get it. Brines racing the other way. And across into the lane. Brines trying to go all the way, and it's getting a call for an offensive foul. A little too out of control, and
unhappy with that call.
Yeah, went falling right into the body of Aaliyah Bonner, who drew the charge. Brines thought she got pushed into her. And now they leave Shields for a moment. Atkins, a tough defensive play, and another 3-second call against Manchester. And the turnover numbers starting to even out even more as Brines will come out. Dinda Albright will come back in. Hogan, tough D from
What
Ryder.
a move.
Able to find some space. They swing around Dinda Albright. The pump fake and go. English got
Another
it. Tries a three,
ball.
gonna draw the foul. And that's gonna be the third one against Mia Shields.
Manchester foul number 3, Maya Shields. That's her third. Team's third for Manchester.
Man, English really loving those deep money balls this game. Having a great game.
She is a pretty solid three-point shooter. She comes up short on the free throw. Shot 30% a year ago. 2 of 2 on the night. 2 more free throws coming. That one doesn't fall. And eventually does find it, so 1 of 3 at the stripe for English. That makes her the leading scorer for Kalamazoo tonight at 9. Blakely trying to get something going offensively for Manchester. Is going to get to the rim, float it, couldn't get it. Miller the rebound. We saw up ahead. Euro steps through the lane and scores.
A little bit cherry picking.
Double digits for Jordan Weesaw. Blakely falls to the ground. And a jump ball will keep this with Manchester. A little bit of a fortunate break for the Spartans. That wasn't a turnover.
Yeah, man.
Blakely hit the deck. Run continues for Kalamazoo. Stom with a 3. Not there. Raised for the ball. Hogan's going to get it and managed to throw it off of Bonner. A really good hustle play. And the 8-point lead for Kalamazoo is their largest. Hogan goes all the way to the rim, draws the contact, and will go shoot 2. I believe Blakely's going to get the call. That is correct. First one on Jayana Blakely. Reese back in is Josh Zurich continuing to search for answers for the Spartans in the second quarter. Hogan continues her success at the stripe, now 3 of 3 on the day. It's a 9-point Hornet lead.
Now 10.
Gets it to go. Largest lead for either side. Kalamazoo has really been dominant in the second quarter. However, they get a back cut and a basket first in a while for Manchester. It's Kinsey Atkins. Hornets pushing quickly, and that one ticked and knocked out of bounds by Atkins. Hornets have outscored Manchester in this quarter 23-7. We have just under a minute to play until we hit the first half break. And a turnover. Miller had it stolen by Ryder, who goes all the way to the rim and scores. Manchester, just like that, puts it back in a 6-point game. Hogan spinning, trying to get it to English. Now Weesaw looking for Dinda Albright in the cut, gets it. Back out to Hogan. Beautiful offense, but the three doesn't go. Offensive rebound, and 2 free throws coming for Taylor Dinda Albright. First one not there. Dinda Albright had no points on 3 tries from the field in yesterday's game. No free throw attempts either. Second one good. Tonight she's got 4. It's a 7-point Manchester lead. Shot clock is off. Spartans can hold for the final look if they choose. Instead, Blakely's going to turn it over. Weesaw has it, managed to keep possession. English with 8, doesn't try. Clock running, 4 seconds. Now English is going to have to do it herself, and she is going to be fouled, which means 2 more as the Hornets are in the bonus. So Sarah English, who's got 9 points in the first half, will go to the line for 2 more. High-scoring first half here, as that free throw puts Kalamazoo at 40 total for the points. English joins Weesaw in double digits. 2 for 2. English now 5 of 7 at the line tonight.
A little bit of clock trouble.
That ball is not inbounded yet.
Should have 2.1 left on the clock. Just enough for,
Got time to catch, take a couple dribbles, and hoist one.
Always love those shots.
Kalamazoo will go full court pressure. Blakely gets it, stays in bounds, hoists one. It's going to come up short. And Kalamazoo, behind a dominant second quarter, will take a 9-point lead into the break. Let's take a look at some of those first half numbers. Kalamazoo ends up 57% from the field, 12 of 21. Manchester 12 of 30 at 40%. Hornets 4 of 9 from deep at 44%. Manchester 3 of 10. Kalamazoo's gotten to the line a ton. They're 66.7%, 14 of 21. Manchester is just 3 of 3. Turnovers really kind of evened out in that second quarter as it sits right now 13 for the Hornets, 11 for the Spartans. The rebounding battle, Kalamazoo, pretty firm control lead there. We talked about rebounding before the game. Kalamazoo has really done a good job at that, 17-10.
Love to see it.
Each team, even on the offensive rebounds, at 2 apiece. And points in the paint been pretty even. Manchester 16, Kalamazoo 14. As we look at the individual stats for the Spartans, Jayana Blakely, the leading scorer, tied for the leading scorer rather with 6. Haley Klein with 6 as well. Kinsey Atkins with 5. Kendall Ryder and Alyssa File with 4 each. The leading rebounders for the Spartans, Atkins and Aaliyah Bonner with 2. And Ryder has 2 assists. Foul trouble for Manchester. Nia Shields with 3 of them. Kendall Ryder and Haley Klein each with 2. On the Kalamazoo side, the leading scorers. Let's give one moment, as sometimes the Wi-Fi can throw off your ability to view the live stats, but currently as it sits, Sarah English with 11 leading the Hornets. Jordan Weesaw adding 10. Ruby Hogan with 8 and Jackie Brines with 7 leading rebounders. Hogan for Kalamazoo with 4. Brines with 3. Kaylin Arlington with 3. And leading in assists, Hogan, Brines, and English with 2 apiece. Foul trouble for Kalamazoo, Jackie Brines with 2. And Josie Cook with 2. Carson, Kalamazoo really dominant in the second quarter. What do you think was the biggest piece to them growing that lead to 9 points? And what do you think they got to do to keep it?
Well, honestly, it was kind of like I said going into that second quarter where they just had to, find their groove a little bit. Like they, the passes weren't landing where they needed to, and the rebounding was kind of off, and just a couple small things like that that led the Spartans to be able to, put those points up on the board. Whereas in the second quarter, those things tended to stop, like their passes. Kalamazoo was able to, get their passes where they needed to go, and then a lot of players really took over, like Hogan and English, like we saw, just getting those points and just being a baller.
We like to see. We're going to take a short break for the remainder of halftime. Be back with you fairly soon for the second half of action in this one between the Kalamazoo College the Kalamazoo College Hornets, and the Manchester Spartans. Halftime score: Hornets 42, Spartans 32. just about to start half number 2 here in the third place game of the Teammates for Life tip-off tournament. Remember, coming up right after this one, the championship game featuring Mount Union and Westminster will be taking place right here on Tisch Loveless Court inside the Anderson Athletic Center on the beautiful campus of Kalamazoo College. Kalamazoo leading 41-32 after a half of play, led by Sarah English and Jordan Weesaw, each in double digits. English with 11, Weesaw with 10. Hornet lineup for the second half will go English, Ruby Hogan, Weesaw, Kaylin Arlington, and Jackie Brines. They start with a horn set. Hogan turns it over immediately. Madison Reese, the steal, going the other way for the easy 2, and the Spartans score first. We talk about turnovers at the end of the first quarter. Kalamazoo really cleaned that up in the second, and they start the second half with one. Not what you want. Weesaw's got it. Trying to enter to Arlington and threw it away. So 2 early turnovers, Carson. That's something you got to avoid.
Yeah, Kalamazoo coming out a little bit sloppy. They're going to have to find that groove like they did right before halftime.
With it, Mia Shields playing with 3 fouls after picking them up in the first half. Swinging around to Haley Klein. Being guarded by English. Reese gets it. Goes up at Arlington. Not there. Arlington does a really good job at staying straight up. Not reaching over. Hogan fakes, drives baseline. Help comes. Weesaw catches. Fake and go all the way to the rim.
What a take.
For the deuce. Hornets back up 9. Manchester trying to work quickly. Klein attacks the rack and scores with a tough angle, finishing that one with the right hand. 7-point game. Hogan to English. Nearly traveled. Gives out the Brines. Weesaw cutting. Brines will drive. Tried to find Arlington as she took a tumble. Now the Spartans the other way with a turnover of their own. Kalamazoo's got it. Ruby Hogan will start this possession with the basketball. Arlington in the high post, kicks it out. Weesaw's got it, tries a 3. Not there, and I think Arlington and Hogan got tied up going for the offensive rebound. Walking into a 3 and burying it, Haley Klein, who already had 2 of them before that one, makes it a 4-point game. Spartans come out swinging in the second half, outscoring Kalamazoo 7-2 in the first 2.5 minutes. Weesaw slowed down and turns it over.
Nah, we cannot have that.
Brines trying to chase down Blakely, who jump stops and scores. It's a 2-point game. Spartans come out firing in the second half, outscoring the Hornets 9-2, 7:25 third quarter. It's Kalamazoo 43, Manchester 41. So Carson out of this timeout. What do you think Coach Clark's telling the girls in the huddle?
I think he told the girls just to clean it up a little bit. I think that the bottom line was that things were just a little bit sloppy, as seen right there. Like he just told them, you know, clean it back up, make good passes, and play smart.
Bryans was fouled on the drive. It's going to be ruled on the floor. Hornets will inbound on the baseline. Bryans has it. Dinda Albright just came back into the game. English to Hogan.
Nice pass.
Hogan trying to back down. The reverse is good. Critical bucket for Kalamazoo. That last Manchester foul was on Blakely. It's her second, and she has it now.
A little finesse on that ball.
4-point Hornet lead. Reese to Blakely. And another 3-second goal. That's got to be the third 3-second goal, I believe, today on Manchester.
Yeah, that's so odd. You normally don't really see a lot of those.
So Hogan will start this one. And that's going to nearly result in a turnover and a miscommunication on the pass. Instead, Weesaw's got on the block. Falling through the traffic, couldn't get it to go. Reese Stom tries a contested mid-range jump shot. That's no good. Bryans tipping it out, rebounds the basketball. Almost looking like Dennis Rodman there with all those tips. Bryans driving. Tried to kick it out and lost it. And Hogan steps in front to intercept that one. Hogan gonna go all the way to the rack, couldn't finish, and then draws the foul. Going the other way. Bryans will come out, Arlington in, Miller in, Weesaw out. Atkins to Stom to Klein. Atkins gets on the cut, tries to go baseline. With the left, the reverse not there. Arlington grabs the rebound. That's 6 rebounds today for Kaylin Arlington, despite only having 2 points. English stops.
Wanted the jumper.
Tried to go in Arlington, couldn't get it. Loose ball picked up by File, who is in for the Spartans. Atkins wide open mid-range. Jay is good. We're back to 2 points. Scoring kind of slowed down for a moment, but the Spartans still have been the better team through all this third quarter. Miller gives it up to English. Hogan driving, another turnover. That's 20 for Kalamazoo today.
20.
Manchester can tie or take the lead. Blakely is going to be fouled on the drive. And will be underneath. Is that going on English? No.
Love it.
It's Dinda Albright. Kendall Ryder in. And a 5 seconds going to be called. Strong defense from the Hornets and an unforced turnover for the Manchester Spartans.
Yeah, you heard those D-up chants coming from the Hornets sideline.
Hogan with a hesitation and go. Miller swings around English. And the Albright rips through and is fouled by Atkins, and that is her third. English gets the screen. Arlington steps back, looking for Arlington, and is going to be fouled by Stom. That'll be her second. And again, foul starting to rack up for Manchester. Brines is going to come back in for the Hornets, taking out English. Hogan working off another screen, dribble handoff. Then to Albright, thought about a deep three, tried to enter it in, and turnover.
Couldn't fit it through that window right there. That's the kind of things that they can't do. Kalamazoo.
Turnovers continuing to hurt the Hornets. They hold just a 2-point lead. Klein trying to change that. No good. This one will stay on this end. Stom gets the inbound pass. Trying to drive on Miller all the way and fouled. I believe that's going to go on Miller.
Took a hard tumble there.
Second one against Brittany Miller. Shields will take out Atkins. Stam hits the first free throw. Free throw, no good.
Step back for the money ball.
Step
up.
back, three not there. Brines gets the rebound. Hornets continue to cling to a 1-point lead. Brines driving, somehow got through there but missed the layup. Hogan gonna get called for the foul.
And a lot of fouls being hashed out this early.
Still not the bonus yet for Manchester. 3:25 in the third quarter. Stam will inbound.
Long ball.
Shields buries a three, and the Spartans have their first lead since the second quarter. 47-45 Manchester. Brines on the wing. Crosses back over, kicks out Miller. Miller to Hogan. And a 3-second call against Arlington will result in a turnover.
And a lot of those, those silly fouls this game, all those, they're not paying attention to the clock and they're not, watching. It's very costly on both sides.
Errors.
Yeah.
22 Hornet turnovers, 15 for the Spartans. Shields tries again and hits again. And it's a 5-point Manchester lead. Each team with 3 timeouts left. You wonder if you'll see one fairly soon. Brines trying to do it herself, gives to Hogan, who gets a step dump down to Weesaw. Excellent offense, but missing the finish is Weesaw.
Not the best angle on that ball.
In the lane, 2 more for Alyssa File, and Kalamazoo takes a timeout. Third quarter has been all Manchester as they have outscored Kalamazoo 18-4, and now take a 7-point lead. 2:09 to go in the third. It is 52-45. Carson, if you're Kalamazoo right now, what's your answer? What do you try and do? We said clean it up, but I think they need more than that right now. They trail by 7, have been outscored by 14 in this quarter.
Yeah, I think that defensively they need to, just be one unit as a whole. Right now there's a couple gaps in them defensively, and offensively they just got to take what they can get, and they have to slow down a little bit. Just, that take right there, just got to slow down and really focus on what's in front of you.
Bryan's got back, got the steal. We'll turn and go towards the baseline. Bryan stopping, lost it. Another turnover. Double team. Hogan with the steal. Will slow down, go all the way to the rim, draw the foul on Ryder. That's going to be the 3rd on Kendall Ryder, and Ruby Hogan will go to the line.
I think they just need to get a feel for points, Kalamazoo side. I think that this right here, if Ruby's able to knock those down.
See a ball go through the basket.
Exactly.
Hogan does so. Excellent the line.
Absolute butter on the shot right there.
5 for 5 from the stripe. Was 6 for 6 yesterday. And misses that one short. So only able to split a pair. File, drop step, no good.
Let's see what they can cook up on offense here.
Hogan's got 11 points. Bryan's, who has 7 handling. We saw. Nearly slipped. Now Bryan's. Stops, gives up to Miller. Into Albright on the cut. Turning, fading, couldn't get it. We saw it loose. It's out to
Long
Bryan's,
ball.
who's going to try a 3 and couldn't just get the roll. And Hogan's going to pick up the whistle a little too close to Shields. And that will put Shields at the line. It puts the Spartans in the bonus.
Man, in the bonus already.
Shields was 4-4 from the line yesterday. First one is good.
Cha-ching.
Back to a 7-point lead. Second free throw, no good, and an offensive rebound for File, who tried to step through and almost turned it over. Hogan knocked it away. And Miller will come out. And a whistle and a push. Going to be called again. I believe this is going on Dinda Albright. It is. Which means 2 more free throws for Manchester.
Man. Yeah, and like I said, cleaning up, that means on the foul side too. Very impactful in a game like this.
First free throw good for Stam. 5 points tonight for the senior. Yesterday did not shoot any free throws. This one misses off the rim. Esau's got it.
Hogan up top.
Under 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Hogan's going to drive. Kick out. Dinda Albright gets a 3 and buries it with a hand in her face. I think it's going to be another long 2.
It smells like money.
A long 2 is going to be the call. It's going to make it a 6-point game, 10 seconds.
Man, loving the long 2s today.
Stam coming off the screen, jump stop, looking for somewhere to go with it, enters it in. Klein fading, no good. Esau has to just hoist one. Got it off in time, and oh my goodness.
Smokes it off the front of the rim.
That nearly went.
Man, that kind of reminds you of the shot from OKC, that full court shot. Like, I think it was like 5 years ago. Adams just launched it up.
Oh, Steven Adams?
Yep.
Oh, you got to love Steven Adams.
Love that
It
guy.
reminded me of long time, not long time ago, but like 2010-ish in that national title game when Gordon Hayward for Butler hoisted one and it nearly went in and they ended up losing. Yeah, I mean, not quite the same stakes in this one.
Yeah, but, man, it's a game of inches.
Yeah, that thing was inches from falling. We go to the fourth. Manchester leading by 6 after dominating the third. You got to refocus, obviously, for Kalamazoo. I think, once again, it starts and ends with turnovers, doesn't it?
Yeah, I agree. I think that was definitely the common denominator that in that third quarter right there that, put the ball in the other team's hands, being, Manchester.
23 turnovers for the Hornets, 17 for the Spartans. The rebounding number still slightly in favor of Kalamazoo at 25-21. But really, it's just got to clean up the turnovers. You got to keep Manchester out of the paint. They have shot the ball well today from outside. The Spartans have 6 of 15 from deep. Hornets just 3 of 9. But they've hit some long jumpers where they just have been unfortunate foot placement. That's really cost them 3 points in this game.
Yeah, just putting that foot on the line.
It'll be Spartans' ball to start the fourth. Gianna Blakely back in. On the wing, it's Ryder. They go into File. Weesaw jump momentarily, and then a block by Weesaw.
Get that junk out of here.
Hogan comes to get it. Hogan spinning. English will try a long three. Ooh. In and out. Fight for the rebound. It's going to Kalamazoo.
Man, no fear there. She just hurled that bad boy up. Foot nowhere near the line.
That was a deep three that nearly fell. Brines, looks like they're going to try and go back to English. She gets it. Lines up another one. That one doesn't miss.
Cha-ching. Yet another money ball.
3-point game. This one continuing to remain close. Brines guarding Blakely. File, drop, step, and score. Utilizing the chicken wing to her advantage. It's back to 5 and a crucial bucket for the Spartans. Hogan gonna drive all the way, take the contact, fading away, getting it to go, and really tough basket by Ruby Hogan. She's got 12.
She's having herself a day.
And a whistle, I believe that's on Hogan. Hogan's got 13 tonight. English leading all scorers with 14. Manchester's leader is Klein with 11. Kendall Albright will come take Hogan out. It is the 4th foul on Hogan. The only real foul trouble Kalamazoo's got. Not someone you want to lose, especially this much time left. Arlington's back in as well. File drops, now Ryder, pump fake, stop. Klein driving, re-stops, tough defense by the Hornets, has to throw one up, but not before traveling.
Just like that, it's a 3-point game. Hornets trailing.
Kalamazoo's got it, down 3. Been a tale of really 3 quarters, each one been incredibly different from the other. English reverses course towards the baseline, looking for Arlington, still in trouble, managed to get it to Brines somehow. Brines is gonna come away with it still, and it has it knocked away. Still loose, English has it, and we're gonna get a jump ball as the shot clock, I believe, hit 0. There is 1 second on the shot clock. And it's going to be Hornet basketball, which means you got to draw something up for a quick 3 or a layup.
Ooh, that's going to be tough.
English got it, didn't see it, didn't get it up in time.
It wasn't a whole lot they could really do there.
You just got to catch it and throw it at the rim, essentially.
Yeah.
Klein has it. They enter to Reese. Dinda Albright comes on the double. Defense doesn't rotate over, though. Now Reese, the mid-range jumper is good.
Smooth like butter.
And now transition. Dinda Albright a three. Too strong. We saw racing for that rebound. Found Brines near the rim. Couldn't finish. And then shot clock slow again. Five-point Manchester lead. Blakely's got it. Stamma three. That's good. And we are back to 8 points, which I believe was Manchester's largest lead. English nearly had it knocked away by Klein. Goes to the baseline, floats it, no good. And a rebound to the Spartans. Manchester has just found that second wind in the second half. And another foul. That's going to be on the floor.
Just under 7 minutes in the fourth. Hornets are really going to have to find that groove if they want to get back in this game.
Hogan's going to come back in with the 4 fouls. Brines is going to come out. Now it's confusion as who the foul's on. The official just said it was Hogan. English is trying to say it was her.
I don't think Hogan was even in the game yet.
Hogan just came in. That's what Kalamazoo's arguing.
I may be wrong. I'm no official, but I don't think that somebody who's on the sideline could foul someone who's on the court.
I have heard that. So now we got to figure out the confusion. They said 13.
13 was the one who had the ball.
Correct. I believe they have since fixed that. It is English.
There it is.
Stam catches the mid-range jumper, missed it long. Kalamazoo's got to find some offense. Hogan driving all the way to the rim, missing long. Arlington got the rebound and then was fouled.
There we go.
It's Blakely who picks up her third. Manchester's done a good job at limiting the fouls in the second half. Hogan kept possession. Being pressured, had the ball knocked away, which will allow her to pick her dribble back up. Now in trouble, gives up Dinda Albright. There's 10 to shoot. Gonna drive, float with the right, couldn't get it. And then she's gonna pick up the foul. Foul comes back in. The second half that has really just been dominated by the Spartans. They lead by 8. Blakely, an open three, no good. Dinda Albright able to hold on to it. We saw to Hogan. Hogan spinning, gives up English. Looked like she was going to go for a three, then tried to find Hogan. We saw back in, and she traveled. Couldn't quite keep the foot down on the jump stop.
And that's exactly the kind of thing that they're going to have to clean up on the Hornets side. Just being able to get there and being able to get in a position to, you know, score and set up a play.
Still a lot of time left. It's just under 6 minutes in the fourth quarter. Blakely's got it. Stops a mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound is going to go to Kalamazoo. They say off a foul. English catch a three in the corner, no good. Weesaw gonna get fouled. A push from behind on Weesaw. So it'll be Spartan ball again. 5:20 to go. And have Weesaw in the air for a moment. Stops from the mid-range, no good. Loose ball still. Manchester's got it. Shields kind of just threw one at the rim, trying to get called, didn't get it. Hogan able to keep that one. Enters it back to Arlington.
It's a 5v4. They're going to have to take advantage of it before.
Out to English, who gets all the way to the rim, and a crucial bucket for the Hornets. Gets it back to 6. And Hogan steps in front to steal that one. Tried to throw it off of Klein, who goes to the rim, draws the foul, and one.
And one bucket. Almost a pivotal play right there.
Hogan had the steal and just couldn't quite throw it off of Klein's legs. So one more for Haley Klein, the leader today for Manchester. Missed it long. English rebounds. We saw going quickly, and a block is going to be called. Shields just a tad late to the spot. It's going to be her fourth, and it's going to send Weesaw to the line for 2.
Manchester foul number 3 minus Shields. Her fourth, team's second.
Weesaw to the line, shooting 2, misses the front end.
Not enough oomph on that.
Second one is good.
Just the right amount of oomph.
Arlington will come out. Miller will come back in. Maybe a little offense-defense type substitution here. Klein lines up a 3. Hogan got a piece of it, and Weesaw couldn't quite keep it in bounds. How about Ruby Hogan on all ends of the floor?
Real. That was like when Zion jumped from the key and blocked whoever was shooting in the corner.
The guy on Virginia?
No, Zion Williamson.
Yeah, I know, but the guy on Virginia is who he blocked.
Oh, yeah, you are
Shields
correct.
misses long.
I thought you were a bit silly there. I was like,
No,
yeah.
I know my Zion Williamson.
I would hope so.
Hogan's got it, and again a quick stoppage.
And a lot of issues going on, not on the court.
It's been the
today.
shot clock, primarily.
Yeah, and that really messes up the flow of an offense.
Flow of a game.
Yeah.
English drives baseline, stops. Nearly had it taken away.
What a
Bryant's got it
setup.
back. Couldn't quite get it to go. Miller up with the
What
left
a
and
play.
scores.
What a play.
A really good set and a good job by Miller. Under 4 minutes, they enter to foul. Double comes, trying to find somewhere to go with it, and she walked.
Man, electric crowd here today.
And a timeout's going to be called by the Spartans. This one's coming down to the wire. Hornets trailing by 5, 3:50 to go. It's 63-58 Manchester. Hornet possession, 3:40 to go, trailing by 5, and a little bit of Uncle Mo flowing their way. They're going to run a double screen. English didn't have it. And an offensive foul and illegal screens being called on Miller. Miller gets called for her third. So the lineup for Manchester, Stan Blakely, Klein, Shields, and Reese. For the Hornets, it's Brines, Weesaw, Miller, Hogan, and English. English pressuring Shields. Shields will drive, and a foul called.
That one could have gone either way. Hornets are very upset about that one. Possible travel call that was missed.
It's on Weesaw, which is going to send Shields back to the line. Shields today at the line is 1 of 2. That one's too strong. Second one is good. It's a 6-point game.
Quite a bit of time left to go. Almost at the 3-minute mark.
Still plenty of time. Kalamazoo's got to find their run sooner rather than later. English gets it off a screen. 3 is good. We have a 1-possession game.
Smells like money.
English with 19.
19, almost a 20 ball.
Blakely drives, misses, and Brines is fouled.
Man, Brines is ready to go on that one. And sometimes you wish you could just play through the foul and get the point.
Hornets not in the bonus yet. It's just the third team foul of the quarter against Manchester. It's the third one on Klein. Ryder will come in for Shields, who has the 4. They run the same set. English covered up. Brines, and a really good defensive play by Ryder to tip it off of Brines' foot.
Brines visibly upset about that one.
A really strong defensive play. 2:44 to go, 3-point game. Blakely being pressured all the way out to half court by Brines and has to give it up. Physical battle in the post right now between Miller and Reese. Klein being guarded by English. Clock winding down. That one blocked by Weesaw. Weesaw the other way. Steps through the lane and scores. 1-point game. Weesaw with 15.
What a Euro step.
Timeout Spartans. 2:05 to go. What a ball game we've got on Tish Lovelace Court.
We've got ourselves a battle.
So 2:05 to go. Spartans lead by 1. If you're Manchester here, what do you think the head man, Josh Zurich, is telling them?
I think they're going to try to get, they're going to try to take as much time as they can and then, preserve that lead in small proportions. I think that they should limit, the dangerous shots. But if they have a wide open 3, I think they absolutely got to take that, given the fact that they are a strong shooting 3-point team.
Yeah, they're 6 of 15 on the night, 40%. Kalamazoo 4 of 11. Free throws down the lane have hurt the Spartans. They are 6 of 9 on the day, 66%. Kalamazoo 15 of 23. They've only shot 2 in the second half. Rather, 4 in the second half. They're 16 of 25. Something to remember, Manchester in the bonus where Kalamazoo is not. Same lineup for the Hornets. They have a little bit, Manchester has a little trouble getting it in, and Stam is fouled.
Kind of gave her the shoulder right there.
Miller's picked up her 4th.
Hornet foul number 34, Brittany Miller. That's her 4th. At the line.
Madison Stam is going to shoot.
Clock stopped right at the 2-minute mark.
She will shoot 2. Shields back in. Reese is out. Miller picked up number 4. Stam's first one is good. 2-point game. Stam tonight is now 4 of 6 at the line.
Spartans really needing this shot here.
This is a big one. Got it to go. We move back to 3 points and a little bit of full court pressure.
Yeah.
From Manchester. Hogan handles it. Brines catch, open on the wing. Dribbles down and loses it. Another turnover, and Weesaw is going to get whistled. Weesaw gets her 3rd.
And that bonus really helping out the Spartans today.
Minute 46 to go. It's Shields at the line. 2 of 4 from the stripe tonight. Gets that one. 4-point game, 2-possession game. Second one goes.
Takes a stumble.
Hogan the other way. Kalamazoo got to find some offense sooner rather than later. English gets it, fakes, steps back. Hogan trying to drive. Trying to find English now. English downhill. Draws the foul. Couldn't quite get it to fall. What a basket that would have been.
Yeah, that was a very interesting shot. Got smushed between the rim and the backboard.
It's the 4th foul on Ryder. Nobody's fouled out just yet. English to the line is 5 of 7 tonight. First free throw in and out. And Kalamazoo is going to take a timeout, trailing by 5 with 1:28 left. English has one more free throw. This will make it a 4-point game.
Back to the action we go.
It's good, and that puts Sarah English at 20 points tonight. Some full court pressure from the Hornets. Blakely in trouble, nearly turns it over. Stam's got it, able to get it up to Klein. Shields open, the layup is good. 6-point game.
Very nice play by the Spartans right there.
Brines to Hogan. You just got to find offense here, Kalamazoo. Weesaw got it on the back cut and scores.
Little backdoor cut right there. Ooh.
They got an advantage here. Shields, pump fake. Hornets were able to get back and a turnover.
Man, winning the 2v1.
And then Brines wasn't looking for it. Ball is still loose. Shields will hold it. And English. Oh no, they stepped out of bounds.
Man, so many things are happening right now.
I thought a foul was called on English. In fact, Shields stepped out of bounds. So Kalamazoo's got it back. 42 seconds left, down 4.
Yeah, and the way this game has gone, that is entirely possible.
Hogan driving, stops. Weesaw, pump fake all the way to the rim and got it. 2-point game, 31 seconds left. Jordan Weesaw now with 19 points. Sarah English leads Kalamazoo with 20. So now Obviously, you're going to apply the pressure. You'd imagine it's, go for the steal, but then once they get past half court, foul, correct?
100%, 100%. It's unfortunate that, the Spartans are in the bonus right now, but I think that, you got to deal with what the cards you're given. And those are the cards that are dealt to the Hornets right now if they want to be in this game.
Out of the Manchester lineup today, they are 11 of 16 from the free throw stripe. Stom is 5 of 7. Shields is 4 of 6. Reese is 2 for 2. Klein's 0 for 1. That is the free throw summary today. For Manchester on the floor, they go Shields, Blakely, Ryder, Stom, and Klein. Stom's got it. Got it to Ryder. Now Shields. Not going to foul yet. Hogan can't be the one to foul, though. They're calling for it, and they foul Blakely with 15 and a half seconds. So Manchester able to take off nearly half of the remaining time in a 2-point game.
That last drive of Kalamazoo's only took about 11 seconds, though, so they are well within the time that they need to make some magic happen.
Kalamazoo is out of timeouts. Manchester's got one left.
Yeah, but if they're smart, they will not have to use it.
Blakely to the line, misses the first one. So this is going to stay a one-possession game. Make or miss. If it's a miss, you got to remember to grab the rebound.
Oh, 100%. And get it rolling.
Second one, no good. Miller has it.
Got the rebound.
And then, what a play, Ryder, to take it away. You got to foul now, and it's going to be Hogan who does it, who's out of this game. So that means 2 more free throws, and Kendall Ryder with another huge defensive play.
So close to having that.
Hogan's going to foul out of this game.
Man, visibly unhappy. You can see Hogan really didn't want to have to do that, but somebody needed to.
7.5 seconds. Hogan will exit with 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. Ryder has not tried any free throws today. First one isn't good. She didn't shoot any yesterday. This one will make it a 3-point game. Second one, no good. English has it. 6 seconds. Brines racing up the court. Brines floats it, draws the foul. There is 1/10 of a second left on the clock.
Needing both of these free throws to go through. Send this game to overtime.
Manchester will bring in File and Reese. They're going to put in all their biggest bodies for the purpose of rebounding. Kalamazoo will put in Arlington. Brines on the day from the line is 3 of 4. And missed it. Which means you have to miss this, right?
Yeah, it means you got to miss this intentionally, get it up, and then somehow.
You got to tip it back in. Brines left early. And so 1/10 of a second left. Manchester's going to call a timeout. A tough ending for Kalamazoo as Brines couldn't convert the free throws.
Yep, not really a whole lot you can do here now, unfortunately. But oh my goodness, the chances that were there, the kind of ball game that this has come to be.
Coming up next, we will have the championship of the Teammates for Life tip-off tournament. It'll be Westminster and Mount Union right here on Tish Lovelace Court. Next up for Manchester, they will travel to Adrian a week from yesterday, November 18th for Kalamazoo. They will travel to Anderson, Indiana on Saturday. These two teams are going to meet again, though, as we mentioned earlier, the Saturday after Thanksgiving. the 25th. I'm sure we're going to get even more fireworks in that one. So for Kalamazoo, it's essentially just force a 5-second. That's all you can really do, right?
Yeah, I mean, not really a whole lot of options here.
1/10 of a second. And they threw it in. They threw it off of Weesaw. The clock is going to run out.
That's a smart play.
Manchester is going to win this one. A thriller and a final score 70-68.
And you love to see this game because you never really knew at one point who was going to win and who was going to lose. Went back and forth a lot of times, and those are the fun games. Those are the games that you like to see. Nobody likes to watch a blowout unless, you're the team doing the blowing.
Take a look at the final numbers. Kalamazoo shooting 47.9% from the field, 23 of 48. Manchester 26 of 60. Hornets 35% from the three-point line, 3 of 14. Manchester 7 of 19. 60% at the stripe for Kalamazoo, 11 of 20 for the Spartans. This is the story today. 32 turnovers for Kalamazoo. Manchester with 22. That's really going to be the big-time focus point going forward. For the Hornets, Kalamazoo does win the rebounding battle by a score of 40-27. We look at the individual scores. Haley Klein leading for Manchester at 13. Nia Shields adding 12. Madison Stam at 10. Rebounding, it's Kendall Ryder at 4. Stam and Madison Reese at 3 apiece. Leading them in assists, Ryder with 5. Klein at 4. Kendall Ryder, not big in the scoring category, but really made some key contributions, rebounding, assists, and defensively down the stretch. On the Kalamazoo side, Sarah English leading them with 20 points. Jordan Weesaw adding 19. Ruby Hogan with 13. Jackie Bryans led Kalamazoo in rebounding with 8. Kaylin Arlington with 6. Weesaw, Taylor Dinda Albright, and Brittany Miller with 5 apiece. And Hogan led the Hornets in assists with 13. Well, Carson, a tough loss today for Kalamazoo. You go 0-2 in the tournament at home. But now what do you think they got to do to refocus, go on the road, and win some games?
I think they got to focus on the good that they did and, continue that going further, and then also focus on, maybe the things they weren't doing so hot at. I think that everything that they didn't do good, whether it was rebounding and the fouling, they did good in another part of the game. That second quarter was really impressive, and they were really rolling. So they just got to focus on what they did then and get back in that groove. And, that's what basketball is. It's a game of, fluid motion, and you find that groove and you go with it.
For Hornet fans looking for their next broadcast, that will be on Wednesday when the Kalamazoo men's basketball team will tip off against Grace Christian. We have coming up next Westminster and Mount Union in the championship game of the Teammates for Life tip-off tournament. But signing off for now from Tisch Loveless Court alongside Carson Balker, my name is Zach Metz. We thank you all for tuning in, and we hope to see you at Game 2 of our doubleheader.